grab him some tissue.
Yeah, just thinking about some stuff. It's just some warm thoughts, you know.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just thinking about some stuff, you know. I'm very fortunate about a lot of stuff.
Oh.
You know. I'm just thinking about stuff. But I'm cool though.
You make me cry. See you
Yeah.
cry, make me cry.
Yeah, I'm cool.
You okay?
I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man, you know?
Yeah, man. These are good times. You know, you think about a lot of things. Where you been, where you going. Good times. It's good times, you know. Just simple walks in the park. You know, I even really understand those little things mean a lot, you know. Especially when you don't do them. Just little things, you know. So just be feeling blessed about a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's good to reflect.
Yeah.
It's good to reflect.
Yeah.
When you think about where you've been, when you think about where you could possibly go.
And that's like, when your journey starts. You know, are you afraid, or are you just more uncertain?
I'm excited.
Now, I remember you telling me that now.
I'm excited, but I think it's more of because of the unknown. I really feel like there's something waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent 40 years doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to put smiles on people's faces.
Right.
Trying to give of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now it's my turn to step out and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have kind of poo-pooed on the idea.
Because they didn't want to see you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Right.
But the scripture says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know that the Lord gives you the desires of your heart. And when you have a desire,
mm-hmm.
you go for it. If you sit on it, if you think about how many people have passed away and books that could have been written that were never written, different things that people want to do and they never step out on faith and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of like where I am. I'm going beyond what you can see. I don't see it. I don't know. I don't have a job when I get there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything waiting for me saying that Tyler Perry is saying Gene Pope come.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing saying that. I'm stepping out just to see what can happen. Mm-hmm. But if I never step,
mm-hmm.
nothing will happen.
Well, you made you said a line in Awesome Eating. Remember we was at the play? Mm-hmm. And you were talking to a lady when Katara walked up to you. And you were just telling the lady, you said something like, it sounds crazy, but that's just it. That's why I'm doing it, or something like that.
Yeah. I remember when she stepped up. Yeah, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So you are embodying pretty much that.
Yeah, I'm just crazy enough to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm crazy enough to believe that something else can happen.
Mm-hmm.
If God said it,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it.
So what do you plan on doing? What you really got set on doing?
Well, once I get there, of course, I'm going to spend some time with my granddaughter. All of my grandchildren are grown up, basically, and I have been on lockdown at Pope's Florist. Mm-hmm. So I have been able to spend time with them, really get to know them, where a lot of people have their grandchildren around them. And I didn't have that pleasure. So I've got one that's still at home, so I'm going to spend some time with Trinity. And be able to travel out to California and
Who's
do
out
some
there?
travel. I have another daughter there.
Oh, okay.
I have another
I
daughter
didn't know
there
that.
and 2 grandchildren out there, so
Okay.
I'm going to be able to go back and forth to California when I want to. I'm going to hopefully be an extra in somebody's something.
Yeah, you've been screaming that one.
Yes,
You've been screaming that
I can
one.
be an extra if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know what's waiting for me. I don't know. I found out that Tammy Moore is connected to mortgages in Georgia. She says, Miss Jean, I got you. So I already have a real estate person that's waiting for me. I already have somebody lined up that's going to physically come in and pack up all this stuff and take it there.
Speaking of packing up the place and everything, what happens to Pope Flores?
Oh, you want to know what happens to
Look, I
Pope's
think I might
Flores?
have tapped into something.
Oh, well, Pope's Flores will still be there.
Okay.
We have someone that's buying it, and they will be announced at the party. They will be introduced at the party.
So you know what it's gonna be like, right? It's just gonna be like how when the son bring the girl over and everybody checking her out. You know that's how it's gonna be.
Well, you'll be able to check her out, check him out. It's a couple, and
nice.
it's a couple, and they're ready to do it, and I'm ready to support
Okay.
in whatever way I can.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So my fiscal year actually ends December 31st.
Okay.
Even though the retirement date is November 15th. So the fiscal year will end, and then they will take over January 1st. And I'll stick around for a couple of months. I want to get them through Valentine's Day because that'll be a major shock.
How thoughtful of you.
That'll be a shock. And then I'll walk away saying, oh, I don't get to take any of this money. It'll be somebody else's, but I'll be there to help them. And then come April, I hope to be on my way to Georgia.
Man, I know Rachel happy.
Rachel is ecstatic. She is ecstatic.
Yeah, because she be traveling, so y'all can travel together. And that's going to be awesome, man. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can just... Let me ask you this. Do you know the first time we met?
I know how I don't remember the actual time we met, but I do know how we got connected. And it's only because of Tia, who worked for me at the time. And Tia was not married to Dwayne at that time. But Tia had told me she had been in a movie with you. And so I just said, you know, if anybody ever needs a mama, let me know. Well, Dwayne was there. So Dwayne came to me and he says, Miss Jean, there is a movie coming up and I'd like for you to play my mother. I said, really? You want me to do that? Yeah. I said, okay.
And I'm going to tell you this. I probably never told you I was nervous
About what?
asking you.
Why?
I just was nervous. In the form of, this is Miss Pope Flores. This is Mama Pope. And I didn't even know you. I just knew you was Mama Pope. From Tia and Dwayne, and you understand? They was like, yeah, this Mama Pope, you know, she don't play. You know what I'm saying? It was what they were telling me. So I'm like, okay, so I got to come with my ducks in a row. And the one thing I do appreciate about you, Miss Pope, is you will tell somebody straight up. You'll tell somebody straight up and down when they right, when they wrong. You'll give them a pat on the back. You know how to straighten them out. And you do it in a way with some dignity. And you did it in a way that I can always say that, man, you know how to straighten people out where they can respect that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I do. But you have to realize that I was quite nervous having to say something to you about it, but I knew I had to do what was right.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do what was right. I had to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Lord, you're going to have to show me what to say and how to do this. But I got it out, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked.
Yep.
Because we're talking about somebody who is, a director of a movie, and I'm going to give my opinion to the director. Mm-hmm. It's like, who are you? Mm-hmm. But I had to do it because I knew what was right.
Yeah.
So,
well, I appreciate that.
Well, I thank you for receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
I have a couple of questions. I don't know if I'm supposed to be interviewing you or not, but I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
As a business owner, when you first started, and I'm asking this question for people that want to start a business
mm-hmm.
and have some fears.
Mm-hmm.
What were some things that when you first went into business that a young brother or sister
mm-hmm.
who wants to get into it should really look forward to, like preparation-wise,
mm-hmm.
customer-wise, because you've always been fabulous with people.
Mm.
What is something that you could extend to a future business owner that would help them with customers?
Well, the help with the customers will come if you have all of your ducks in a row. And the first thing that you need to do is to have a business plan. If you don't have a business plan, you can pretty well hang it up. You need to have a good accountant, an excellent accountant. You need to have an advisory board.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't hurt to have a lawyer. All of these people, and you may not have to use everyone right at the same time, but you need to have your connections.
Mm-hmm.
An advisory board is very good because you select people who are in business or people who have other connections
mm-hmm.
that could possibly help you. And you can do roundtable discussions
mm-hmm.
that will enhance what it is that you're doing.
Okay.
So you need to have a good support group.
Circle.
When you are young and starting out, and I remember my journey, there was a lot of missing pieces. But God kept me. God kept me through it all. Whenever I would get to a point in my life, there was a group called Partners in Business.
Mm-hmm.
And if there had not been that group of people, I don't know if I would be where I am right now, because they were all business-minded people that could feed into me.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed that.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. So it's good to get a connection. You need a good core network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had to fire somebody that you didn't really want to fire?
I did. I fired my sister.
Oh, wow.
I did. I fired my sister. My brother-in-law was working with me, and he said, "You can't afford her. She got to go." And so I had to let Myra go.
Wow.
Yeah. But I told her that it was a good thing that I did that, because she ended up at Waukegan Public Schools and she retired from there.
Mm.
So, hey, I caused her to have a great retirement.
Wow, you closed one door and opened a big one up.
I sure did. And I pat myself on the back for
I was
that.
about to say, see, that's the effect of the L was a W for somebody at that point. That's awesome.
It worked. It worked. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna sit here and talk your way off, because I could. I got a lot of things I can express to you, but the one thing I want to say is, me being who I am, I'm just a part of a creative collective, and I say that to say I look at everybody for the value of what they can bring to people, and you're one of those people that has brought a value in a lot of ways, through flowers, through just kindness, words, availability. And it's your time. You're supposed to have this time to do you, so to speak. It's time for you to do you now. You know what I'm saying? And keep in good health and, you know, with all the blessings that are sure to keep coming your way from not only God, but from people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just have a ball.
Okay.
Just have a ball.
I want to do that. I really do.
Just have a ball. And just know we rooting for you.
Okay.
We rooting for you, Miss Pope.
Thank you, Corn.
We love you.
Love you too.
Love you. See, I ain't cry right there. I got it out before.